What's up, guys? Welcome to the Mississippi Real Estate Podcast, hosted by Ryan Watson.
And I'm Trip Sproul, where it's all about real life, real talk, and real estate.
Join us as we dive into the stories, trends, and insider tips shaping the world of Mississippi real estate.
Whether you're buying, selling, investing, or you're just curious about the market, we've got all the insights you need to navigate with confidence. So if y'all are ready, let's get real.
All right, y'all, welcome back to another episode of the Mississippi Real Estate Podcast. We have a special guest today. We have Elizabeth Stephenson.
Hi.
And she is with Cutco. We're so glad that you're here with us today. Thank you so much. And
thank y'all for having me. This is fun.
We're excited to learn about Cutco and your life and all the things. So let's jump right in.
Yeah, we're going to dive right in. So,
love it.
Yeah, appreciate you spending time with us.
Yeah,
morning.
I'm excited. This is cool.
What we want to know is like, we want to know from being a kid to where you are now. So just tell everybody who you are, where you grew up, schools, and then college, and then how you got to where you are. All the jobs. Give us the whole resume.
It's a wild ride.
Yeah.
I always get kind of this look from people when I tell the story, just because it's like, it's just kind of crazy. So I grew up in Gulfport. Okay. So I'm a coast girl. Okay. And just went to school down there, graduated from Gulfport High in 2005. That ages me. And then ended up going to Mississippi State because
I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Hell State.
Yes.
The reason I say that real quick is because we are yet to have an Ole Miss. I feel like we've had Southern, we've had Mississippi State, and you know what? We're going on the hunt for these rebels.
No, red and blue can stay away.
Hey, we've had a majority of Pearl people, Gulfport. That's a healthy change.
Yes, it is a good change.
All right,
bring in some coast treasure. That's not coast trash.
No, you said it.
I did not say. I didn't.
People from the Mississippi coast, not coast trash. Just to verify.
It's a hate word.
We certainly don't see you that way.
No.
Okay,
it was a joke. It was a joke.
We've already derailed this train.
Yeah. It's all good. So when I was like 15, 16 years old, I started working for a friend of the family who's an architect. My dad's a general contractor. I grew up kind of around that world, and I thought, well, I might want to do that. And so he said, well, the best way to do that is to figure out, like, to go give it a shot. So started working there in the summer and just kind of did that all the way through high school and college, and ended up going to state for architecture school. So 5-year program, 4 years in Starkville, a year in Jackson, and did the whole thing, the whole story life, the whole fun thing, had an amazing time. And in 2009, I moved to Jackson to do my 5th year, which is basically an undergraduate thesis, and it's a lot. And I thought, wow, I'm about to go into this world and practice architecture in a firm or whatever for the rest of my life. I kind of want to take a break because I haven't done anything else since I started working. And so I worked in a little boutique for a little bit, and it just wasn't, I wasn't working enough days. And so I ended up looking online, trying to find jobs and everything, and also exploring, going to grad school. I thought about doing that too. And I saw this job ad, and I said, well, I'm going to go take a look. And I went in to interview for it, and it turns out it was actually Cutco. And I'm thinking to myself, man, I haven't sold anything. I couldn't even sell credit cards at this boutique to get people to get a credit card. I mean, for those of you who shop like that, you get what I'm saying. Yeah. And I'm like, I don't even know if I'm going to be good at this. And I said, well, I'm just going to give it a shot. At most, it'll be like a couple months, and then I'm going to start school, and I'll just cut it off. And it turned into something that I really felt like I was good at doing. I was having a ton of fun, and actually met my husband that way. So he was here working with Cutco, managing our office here in Jackson. And so we had a lot of mutual friends from college, just never ended up paths crossing. And here we are 15 years later. We've been married for 10 years, and we've got 2 little girls. Yep. Reese is 5. She'll be 6 in December, and she's starting kindergarten in a week. I don't know, August 1st.
Yeah, I have a daughter named Reese.
Do you?
I do.
I did not know that.
We do.
Aww, yes. Yep. That's awesome. That's a good name.
It is a good name. That's
good name. So she's my oldest, and then Kate is, she'll be 4 in October. So they're a little under 2 years apart, bestest of friends, and just it's just great. It's just so awesome. So yeah,
We hope they stay that way.
yes.
Yeah.
As they get
Well,
older.
you know how that goes. I mean,
Yeah.
they fight, they love, they do all that kind of things.
Yeah, my
so.
kids are the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. So your husband also in Mississippi State.
Actually, Brian did not. We did not actually cross paths at state.
What's
we had
a
a lot
big school?
It is a big
It's a
school.
great school.
But he didn't go there. We just had a lot of mutual friends.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so
Okay. Where did he go?
he went to Delta State.
Delta State. Okay.
Yep. So he had played.
Fighting Okras.
He had played baseball at Holmes and Goodman, then went to Delta State to play baseball.
Oh, okay. Fantastic.
And then ended up getting injured and shoulder surgery and all that jazz, and as it happens.
Sure.
And but he had started working with Cutco when he was a freshman in college.
So
just pay away.
he was working through college.
He was.
Okay.
Yes, I did not do that, but a lot of people do. They get their start early on in college, and that's how they pay their way through. And he got a degree in marketing and ended up finishing school and going like full time into Cutco management sector, which is responsible for like hiring, training, developing like sales talent for Cutco, whether it's short term or long term.
So you got your degree in
Yeah.
architecture?
Oh yeah. No, I got it.
So you have a diploma that says
You worked very hard for that.
Yeah, I can draft plans. And you
I can
spent
design and then draft plans.
design and
Yeah.
design draft
Getting
plans.
Do it all.
Which okay.
It's a lot of time.
And from what I've heard with architecture school, there's also some late nights too, like with putting projects together and doing whatever. So you did all the things and then did a complete 180.
Absolutely.
And so when you found Cutco, were you still finishing school?
Yes, I found it going in. It was like the end of June, and I was going into that last year. So I was going into my like thesis year or whatever.
And so we had so much fun.
Yeah, I just did, and I just.
You started out in sales. Where you started out, where you
with Cutco was I in sales? Yeah, that's the. I mean,
that's
yes.
where you began.
Right, and I started where everybody starts, where I was actually kind of similar to real estate, you guys, where it's like you're really starting with like your sphere of who you know in terms of like networking. So there it is. I said I wasn't going to do it.
Yeah, that's all right.
And so I started the same way with my sphere and kind of local network. And then every appointment that I would go do, I would ask for referrals to, trusted friends, family of theirs. And, there's a way to kind of qualify and ask questions about these people and everything before I call. And so that was the way to kind of advance and continue doing that. And so I kept with it. And when I graduated that following spring, actually opened an office for Cutco for the summer. So I like hired and trained, did all that kind of stuff for about probably about like 6 months. And I enjoyed it so much, but it opened my eyes to how much I enjoyed being like an independent rep versus managing a team. And
so you took it to another level.
I did.
From just going into someone's home and selling them knives to opening an office, training people.
I guess I didn't realize Cutco had brick and mortar.
We have brick and mortar sales offices like you guys do, not storefronts.
Okay, not storefronts.
Not storefronts.
So you can't go.
No, not storefronts. I say that loosely because nationally there's, I don't know, there used to be 13, maybe there's like 9 or 10 now, don't quote me, of Cutco stores, but they're really just in these Detroit, Atlanta, they're like bigger cities where they also double as a place where somebody can take their knives to be sharpened and they can buy some stuff there, and then their rep, if their rep is active, like still selling like I am, that rep gets credit for the order if they buy it in that store, which is nice. However, so yes,
but predominantly
it's sales.
Yeah,
it's sales. It's direct sales. It's
going in people's houses like we do.
Exactly.
100%.
It's B2C. It's B2B. I started off B2C consumer, calling and setting appointments, going to people's homes, showing them things like that. And I actually looked up my stats the other day. I have sold Cutco to 2,700 people.
Wow.
For their home.
Come on.
And about 650 real estate agents and other businesses combined.
Yeah, I was going to say, you probably know every realtor in the area. Don't you? I mean, can you honestly say you've been in every brokerage in the Tri-County area?
That's cool.
So everybody that will watch
I
this
do
will
want
be
to
like,
get
oh, yeah.
I know Elizabeth.
Yeah,
Yes.
we do want to get
at some point or another. And yes, I have been. And you know, I started here in Jackson, and then with the gifting in 2013, I think. And we didn't move to Birmingham for that little 5-year stint until 2015. So there were 2 solid years where I was doing this here. And then even when we moved, I would come back and do meetings and stuff.
So even though you moved,
I still came back and did that. And so there are a lot of, there are definitely realtors in this area that I have worked with for over a decade on their gifts. And it's been really fun. They're like family now.
So what made you decide to stay here in Jackson? Just doing good with sales?
So we got married in 2015, and I told you I'd moved here in 2009. So
I guess your husband went to Delta State. He's from Mississippi.
He's from Mississippi. Okay. I'm from Mississippi. Yes. So he's from Yazoo City. And so when we moved to Birmingham in 2015, it was with his, because of his sort of shindig with Cutco. And we were there for 5 years. We moved back here in 2020. And I mean, I know we all know kind of what happened during that time frame, but for us, it was challenging. We had our oldest then, and
I'm sure
not having a family.
Can't really go into people's houses at that time.
Can't go well, and I had started working with the business gift stuff, so I wasn't doing that as much. But I still was working a ton of weekend events, like home and garden shows and little things where if things are not open and you can't go to those events, then you're in a house. But it was really personal driven to move back here because of having family. We needed the help. We just needed the help. We were on top of each other, and no daycares were open. We weren't having sitters we didn't know come in. And so when we moved back in 2020, it was a personal thing. However, it's been amazing. I mean, it really has. It's been a godsend. And right now, it's kind of ironic that we're here talking about this, but right now, July is always a huge sales month for us as a company. And our office here in Jackson is just blowing it out of the water. I mean, they've been number one after number one after number one, and in Jackson. And one thing I think that we were kind of wondering, when we moved back, because Birmingham is so much bigger, are the numbers going to be able to stay consistent? And actually, it's growing.
Oh wow!
In a smaller area, so it's been really cool and really fun to see. And our team here is really great, kind of small and mighty, very mighty.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Are you, so you're still a sales, is there a title? Are you the managing? What do you do now, I guess? Or are you still out there?
I'm still my own, yes. I was running a team. So in 2017, I started a team within Cutco Gifting the same way that a real estate agent might start a real estate team, right? And so I did that because the area that my husband's division covered, basically Mississippi and Alabama, I was really the sole person, and it was just a lot. I would never have been able to cover all of it. And we had great talent that was coming up that was hungry for another opportunity, wanted to do the business gifting stuff. And so I basically took over training them and getting them up and going, and just kind of being the sort of umbrella they worked under, handling all the back end stuff, the marketing, all that stuff. And so it was really great. I mean, we covered everything. Also, Memphis, Tennessee, and Arkansas, I have a rep up there who's just a powerhouse and all that. But what's great is that actually at the end of this past year, I made the decision to kind of dismantle the team and go back to just being me, which can be a little scary of a thing. However, I've been, from day one of even considering it, just had a lot of peace about it. And it's been really great to just kind of get back to me and what I'm personally, my personal goals versus team goals.
Does it kind of feel like you went back to your roots with it?
Yes.
Was where you began?
Yes. Yeah. And it made me think, when I was looking at building my own brand identity again, that was just me. I have this customer back in Clinton, and years ago, because my name's Elizabeth, this will make a lot of sense. I think I feel the need to point that out. He used to call me the Cutco Queen, and Cutco Queen Elizabeth, right? It makes sense. Okay. Yeah. Well,
Queen Elizabeth, yes.
Yes, right. And so I was.
By the way, she's my queen too, because her middle name is Elizabeth.
There you go. Sarah Elizabeth.
Y'all have a lot in common.
One of my best friends from high school's named Sarah Elizabeth.
Ryan must be in trouble every time he starts sucking up to the producer. He's
AKA my wife.
I'm kidding.
And it's Sarah with an H. And if you add an H to the name, that means royalty too.
Oh.
Yeah.
love that.
So if you don't have an H on your name, you're a peasant.
You are a peasant.
Well, I'm a peasant then because I have no H's.
No, if your name is Sarah.
Oh, Sarah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Your name's not Sarah. Do you have any Sarahs in your family?
If they don't have an H, they're a peasant.
No.
They're a peasant. But if they do, they're royalty.
I'm used to it. That's
They're
So,
royalty.
all right, rabbit hole.
No.
We'll
No,
come
it's
back.
all
We'll
good.
come
rabbit
back.
hole
It's
number
all
2.
good.
So anyway.
Hey, that's
so
life.
okay, so the reason
Get us back on track.
I also the reason I noticed that too is one of your links is
The Knife Queen.
The Knife Queen. Yes.
So
That's awesome.
that is the overall website is still in the process of getting built, but the identity is there. And so kind of going back to that, so I can't, under Cutco rules, call myself the Cutco Queen. It has it went to like legal all the marketing guidelines, which is fine.
But you
and
can
so
say
I could say
Queen.
the Knife Queen.
Yeah.
And so it was last year I was talking to my team members about dismantling it, and then Brown Bottling Group had reached out to me to do a sort of giveaway, like something together at the end of last year and at Christmas, and it was driven by Instagram. And so I thought to myself, well, this is the perfect time to actually go all in on this. And so I started my Instagram under that, and it was just like funneling leads to that. And that's kind of how we did the drawings and everything, the giveaways for that. And so thank you, Shelly, for pushing me to get it done, because I love deadlines, because they are like, let's go.
Shout out to Shelly.
Shout out to Shelly. She's one of a kind, the exec mama. So, yeah.
Did your parents ever like
What are you
question
doing?
what you're doing after you spend? I just keep going back to the architectural degree.
That's what I'm saying. Like anytime I tell people that, they're like cross-eyed, confused.
Yeah. So did your parents ever question? I mean,
They
obviously
did.
you have
I've
family
proven them
support.
wrong.
Yeah.
I've
And
proven
I'm
them
sure
wrong.
you have 100% family support now, but
Yeah, I'm sure they're proud of you.
Yeah, no, they are.
it just seems like I don't want to say 180. I mean, maybe a 180.
Well, it's a time investment of what I sacrificed
Sure.
to go through that.
Yeah.
So from that standpoint, I totally get it.
I guess if things ever went really south with Cutco, you have a degree to follow.
I do, and I don't foresee that happening. And
Yeah.
also, like, I don't even know. They've changed programs have updated. I don't know if they use the same programs. Like, I don't even know.
Oh,
Oh,
It's
yeah.
been a
Software.
Well, and I never did, like, after your 5-year degree, there's a 3-year internship before you can get licensed.
Oh, yeah. So Cutco
I never
took you away
did
from-
that. I never did the internship.
Okay, yeah. So there's
So I
there
have
was
to, like,
another
go.
step.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's like,
Okay.
for the 8 years it takes to do that, why didn't I go to medical school? Like,
Yeah,
right?
Sure.
I would have made a lot more money coming out of college.
Yeah.
Sure.
Anyways, so yeah, actually, it's funny you asked. My dad, before he went into become a general contractor, he was in sales. He was like part owner in a building supply company, and that was based out of New Orleans. And so he was. I mean, that's my dad's one that never walks in a room without, like, he can just schmooze the room in a heartbeat.
Sure.
And he's never uncomfortable going anywhere where he doesn't know anybody.
Sure,
and so he's just kind of got that. My grandfather sold Electrolux vacuum cleaners and coached elementary football. So I mean, like, the sales thing was kind of in our blood.
Sure.
However, when I first got started and I did, my first few appointments, my dad did look at me like, hey, this is just like temporary, right? Like, we didn't do all this for no reason. And I'm like,
You're supposed to be my architect.
right?
My houses I'm building.
Oh, man. Maybe. And golly. And I was like, I don't, we'll see. Like, I'm going to finish my degree. I'm not going to, that's disrespectful not to do that. And so, anyways, and I went into Cutco full time, and he supported me. I mean, he saw I was having success and all that, and wanted me to be happy above all else.
Absolutely.
My mom, on the other hand, was like, she really doubted me. She was kind of if you ever have had somebody do that, it kind of becomes a chip on your shoulder. Like, I'm going to do it just to prove you wrong. And I remember it was probably 4 or 5 years in.
Yeah.
I mean, it took that long. And she came in and she was like, I'm sorry, I doubted you. Like, you had never sold anything, I didn't think. And you have just, like, taken off, and I'm so proud of you.
Yeah,
Oh, that's really cool that she did that.
Yeah.
You probably have ups and downs like we do.
Absolutely.
I mean, sales is sales. It's like we were saying before the show, and I just told you, hey, the highs are high and the lows can be really hard.
Yeah.
And ultimately, as a parent, I mean, I feel her heart behind that too. They want the best for you. I want the best for my kids. And so, initially thinking, okay, you're doing what? probably saying, I'm going to sell
as a
Cutco
parent,
knives.
y'all are probably hearing this hearing it from like
But
when
you
I
know
say
what
that.
though? There's no guarantee architecture would have been successful.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's no guarantee that just
That's
because
right.
you got a degree in
100%.
something that can be very lucrative doesn't mean that, you know, you start a firm that doesn't get off the ground, or you had a bad partner, or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
Or for some reason maybe the market was there was a reason.
Yep.
And you're a people person. Good Lord. I mean, you may not have sold anything prior, but you're a huge people person.
I've grown into it.
Yeah.
I was not initially like that. I've definitely grown into it.
Cutco brought the extrovert out. Okay.
Cutco brought it out.
That's awesome.
I used to be terrified to speak in front of people. It was awful. Going through school and doing that was terrifying.
I think it ever gets. I mean, I say it all the time. I get nervous before we even start this thing.
Yeah.
If we ever do it behind the scenes before we start this, it'd be a great blueprint.
Yes.
Because I go to the bathroom like 3 times.
You're just like,
yeah, I have to like.
I know that's what Ryan says. It's like, I get
I
the
have to like
anxious
jump around
too.
and then whatever. But I want to go back to something you said because you said something we use in the real estate world all the time: sphere of influence.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's important.
It's important.
But it's such a common term.
Yeah, well, you get trained. We get trained to obviously. I mean, when you're getting into something, sales. I don't care what it is.
Yeah.
That's who you naturally. That's where I mean. I don't care
what
you're getting trained. Managers always tell you, or brokers, or whoever. Like you do. You got to start somewhere. But I was going to ask you, how easy or difficult getting in the game do you feel like your sphere was for you?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's not always easy, is what I'm saying, because you would just think, oh, somebody's gonna, and it doesn't always happen. So I was wondering if the sphere was more successful out, or the warm leads, or the cold calls, where you really, I mean, where?
Warm leads didn't exist until I asked for referrals.
Sure.
And I didn't do cold calls because your
sphere had to be.
It had to be. It wasn't that cold calls were impossible. It was just the hardest route. And so the path of least resistance was the sphere. And so for us, I was still in college and I was using that to pay for some of school and everything. And so I kind of had that. However, 2 things. One, there is just like in real estate, I'm sure, and in kind of anything else, there's a certain ideal customer, right? And so there is for us too. And when you're first getting started and you're looking at your sphere, it's more so who's my sphere and who is kind of the ideal customer within that. That also is, someone that you feel comfortable with, so that when you go and do this first appointment, you feel comfortable with them and you're, going through the process, the scripts that you've learned, all this, and you feel, I keep going back to you feel comfortable with it. However, there's also the opportunity that person could buy. And so because by doing it that way, it boosts confidence because the quicker you make a sale with what we do, then the quicker that confidence builds. And confidence is everything. I mean, when you have confidence, you're on top of the world, can do everything. When you lack confidence, it is the hardest sort of thing to get back. And so that kind of is it. But what's interesting, the second part of that is that for me, it was challenging because I was living here and my sphere was 3 hours south. And so
the coast,
there were, and so there were other, like a handful of other college reps that were getting started with me at the same time who were from the Jackson area, and it was nothing for them to just go book up 15 appointments with, just all that. And so for me, my very first appointment was a friend of mine's, I thought parents, ended up being just his dad who didn't cook, didn't want to make decisions without the mom, all those kind of things. It was kind of so I didn't like sell anything on my first appointment, and it was a little like, And then I had, kind of reevaluated. I'm like, okay, I just need to drive home. And so I went and met with my parents. I met with some of their friends.
Mom's
and it was
told
just,
you architecture.
Yeah.
I'm sure what you got.
Oh, man. And so I just kind of did it that way. And then in the midst of that, I started making a list. And I will say that even though my sphere in terms of family friends was the coast, what was nice is that because I did go in-state to school and so many people either came from Jackson or moved to Jackson after, I kind of started going through and I was like, who are my friends from college? And I started calling them like, can I go by and see your parents? That's how I built up. Yes, it was a mindset reset. And so I had to kind of reevaluate my situation and not compare myself to what everybody else in the area was doing because they were local.
Man,
tough.
did you hear what she said?
That's tough.
Not to compare yourself with everybody else. That's hard.
That's hard to do.
It's hard to do. That's hard to do. I think I know it's hard to do in real estate because we can look up and just see, oh, it looks like so-and-so selling. And that's when we always talk about like not falling into the scarcity mindset. You know what I mean?
Sure.
That there's an abundance. There's plenty for everybody. I think even with doing this podcast, I mean, I think I can openly say that we've been questioned like, why do you interview other realtors? And we don't, because on this podcast, obviously we're highlighting Cutco and you today.
Sure.
But you also tie into us, and we're going to get at it in a little bit. But like we've said, we want to. It's a community thing, and we will also want to learn from other realtors, and we want realtors to learn from us or the new people that think they want to get in. So
I think it's great.
But I tell you, my first, and I still have to not fall in the trap because I can when I'm not super busy in real estate, and then you start feeling like you're doing all the things to, try to get the next listing or the next house under contract, but you can see boom, boom, boom. It can throw you. Like if you see so-and-so at this brokerage, it's just, it seems like they had 2 or 3 in a row. Or, heck, almost even in your own brokerage sometimes. But anyway, you just kind of steer away from that.
And I want to hit on something else too that's a little bit different in real estate too, just listening to you talk about your sphere and everything. One thing about your sphere of influence in real estate is that it just really stinks sometimes because, and I don't know if this exists in Cutco, but we'll see like a close family member or a friend or something list their house with another agent. And you're just like, what in the world? Like, we're family or what's going on here? What's going on? Why did you use me? But the thing is, it's not necessarily that they don't want to use you. I mean, most people in real estate, on the real estate side of this sphere stuff, I don't know why I say sphere. Anyway, on this side of it is, in real estate, is that they just don't want you to like know their
I think there's two
financial situations or,
Well, we talked about
and you have to understand that. You have to look at it and go, I totally get that.
I think it's twofold, and we've talked about this too before, the sphere. I think it's that side of it. Sometimes some of these friends of yours, whether they're first tier, second tier, whatever, don't want you to see fully behind the curtain, and that's fine.
You see somebody else buy Cutco knives and go, dang gummit, that's my cousin. Why didn't they call me? They know for a fact I'm a Cutco.
But the second
not to that degree.
I think the second part of that too is because she said it just a while ago too. Her mom finally came to her after your third year and was like, hey, I'm sorry, and now I understand. Just like it takes time to build your brand, your clientele. I think our friends and family in that sphere, it's not that they want to use us. I think and we said this in previous
podcasts, they want to see the proof.
They want to see that you're not in the game and then out the next. And in real estate, even with insurance, like it's one of those things where like you really kind of got to cut your teeth, get the experiences. And so, I think in anything sells. Obviously, you proved it. It took you years to build, and now you've got a pipeline and referrals, and you're great with coming to brokerages and lenders and all the things. Insurance and real estate, same thing. It takes you time to get that to gain those experiences and put yourself out there, and people start recognizing you for Ryan Watson Weichert, and that dude is killing it, or Tripp Sproul Weichert, and the real estate and the insurance side, whatever else. So it's I think you're always going to have people that are like. For us, not maybe so much Cutco on the financial side, like, I just don't want them to know everything while we're selling. And then on the other side, I think it's mostly, okay, they've been doing this for 35 years, and I'm going to use them on my next house. Or I'm finally going to have people, call in, hey, will you quote my home and auto? So anyway.
I
didn't mean to like take that over.
You didn't.
I took it over.
No, you didn't. But I was just noticing the differences, kind of, and just getting that out of my head of the differences between the sales. Real estate.
I think there's actually a third potential of that.
Throw it out there.
Let's go.
Where there's the fear of if I need to address a situation, I'm not happy with something, is that going to hurt our
The
relationship?
friendship part of it.
Yeah. Yep.
Yes.
I never really thought
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah.
The personal and business
Yeah,
separation.
it's because, I mean, you know,
Which
they always
that
say don't
happens.
mix family business. I'm not saying that with what you guys do, but a lot of times people will, like, family or friends will not get into business or lend each other money because they
That's
don't want
true.
that to, like, murky the
Thanksgiving dinners
waters.
taste different.
They do.
Hey, I'll take it another level.
Oh, we're
Let's
at
do
the
it.
four?
Let's go.
I'll take it another level. Especially in real estate, like working with agents that you know.
Yeah.
They're friends. Like if they're on the buyer side and you're on the seller side, I've had a friend on that side that they just don't talk to me anymore.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Not because of something, but yeah, stuff like that.
I don't know if I've had
that's
that
a little
so
bit
much.
different.
Yeah. And I would like to say that I also,
man, that's a bummer.
With what she's talking about,
Yeah.
about the personal and the bit. I think there's a point, and I've said this to some people I have friends with and worked up front, because you will have an uncomfortable conversation at some point.
Yeah.
But I think I had to set the precedent, like, hey, listen, this is business part. This does not mean anything towards the person.
Get that out.
Yes,
Get
like
that
let's
out
just go ahead and talk about this. Like I'm gonna have to tell you something right now, and this has nothing to do with how I feel about you personally and our friendship. But on this side of it, since we are in this together,
that is so true in business and in marriages and raising kids. Communication, but setting the precedent. And my husband and I, actually on the way here, we're talking about something, because we're having some stuff like remodeling our house, and in terms of proper expectations, you know what I mean? It's like, well, I'm getting a little frustrated with something because my expectation was this. However, did I communicate that to this certain subcontractor? And I'm trying to think back through. Or like, and more importantly, what you're talking about, setting the stage, because my husband and I work together and we always have. And so there are times when we're having conversations at home where it can be a little bit more challenging for me to separate the two.
Sure.
And so he'll be clear to set the stage of like, hey, I'm talking to you as like my business partner and not my wife. So like, this isn't a, you know, wife, mother, family conversation. This is like a business one, and let's just take the emotion out of it and address it like that, as if we were in the office or you were talking to any other manager. We just happen to be both. And so if you set the expectation in advance of, hey, I know we're really close friends and I want to leave this transaction still being that way, there are many times where we're going to have possibly some uncomfortable situations, and I don't want it to affect us, because this is business and it's my job to get you. So if you ever feel uncomfortable or unsure, whatever, don't hold it in, like come talk to me and let's work it out.
We can, me and Sarah's over here producing this thing, my wife, and so we can take away from that because we work together.
It can be challenging.
Yeah, we sit right next to each other, and so we can level with that for sure.
Yeah.
Me and my wife do not work together. We're in two different industries. But she is also in sales, so we do have a lot of the sales conversations.
What does she do?
She's a pharmaceutical sales.
Oh, okay.
So when I'm in my lowest of lows, like nobody's using me ever anymore.
Is she like
shut up? She's like, and then, and so my next phone call, she's like, see, it works out. You know? But she's really good at, you know, I am my own worst enemy when it comes to being liked, and if somebody doesn't use me, I don't want to make. It's not that I take it personal towards them. I'm like, what's wrong with me? You know, and Tracy's always like, you're too hard on yourself, man.
Yes.
You got to let
We
go.
do. We get in our heads too much.
I think we all do that to an
I beat
extent.
myself up pretty good.
We all do that to an extent.
Yeah.
That's true.
I definitely do too.
Yeah, and there was things that, I mean,
Especially
look, we're sitting here talking about it. I won't fully give all the details, but me and you had gone through some stuff, and
on both. I mean, on both.
No, and so
miscommunication is really kind of, and a lot of times tends to be that, or just, I mean, you know, it's just life. But we're human, and the best thing you can do is just like get on the same page together.
So what I'm trying to say is like we have their insurance policies at our insurance, and we had. There was just I'm not gonna go into all the details, but there was something we had to be like, you know,
y'all separate business and
we're fine.
Yeah, 100% fine. But we've had to have, it's an example of we've had to have conversations where the information on the other end wasn't great to deliver, and it wasn't easy to hear, and all this stuff, and we just have to figure out anyway.
Thankfully, it didn't cost us. It wasn't like it was nothing, but it could have been a lot worse, you know, in terms of things. So it is what it is, and we move on.
That's the reality.
That's just life. So
but even in that example with what she's going through right now, and insurance really couldn't help them out. I beat myself up like, man, because I want to help. You know what I mean? And
I
so,
wish that I had
that was
known you were doing that, because like I would have 100%, like if you would have said something,
well, you know
like,
now.
wow. I know that's the thing, you don't tell, but
Yeah.
like there's an immense amount. Like I try to live in a world of grace, because I sure know that I need it on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah.
And
Well,
if I'm not willing to, if I want people to give me, yes, thank you, Jesus. If I'm not willing to,
shout out to Jesus,
to offer that grace to somebody else, I sure don't deserve it.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we all make mistakes,
Yeah.
and that's what we've talked about that. Too.
Yeah, absolutely. We all
and
make
we've talked
mistakes.
about it. You know,
We're
going to make another one anyway.
Oh
so.
yeah, and I don't think if you're in business any amount of time, something's gonna mess up. Somebody's something's gonna happen, and it's how you respond to it, own up to it. When you're a censor, wasn't, it was just the policy is what it was. But you know, I've been on that side before, and it's not fun, but it is for human. So anyways.
So all right, so we're here. So we got the wonderful Miss Elizabeth Stephenson with us for Cutco Not Stephenson. Anyway,
it looks like
so some people might be like, okay, you know, and I doubt they would be questioning this, but how does this relate to real estate or whatever?
Yeah.
So I'm going to relate it to real estate. This isn't so much of like how you get. Well, it might be how you get. This is a top of mind type deal. So let's relate. I'm going to let you. How does Cutco, what you do, relate to us in our world?
Okay.
And you can talk about the branding and top of mind, because I know you're great at it. Go.
Love it. Thank you. Well, goodness gracious. It's interesting because where to begin, right?
Yeah, right. And this is also a good nugget for those that are getting into the game or that are in the game and don't know, like, what do I do after I close in the transaction?
Yeah. Or if anybody's like not in real estate, or they have like bought a house or a couple homes prior to getting into real estate, like I think we've all been on the consumer side of it for the most part. Like if you purchased a home, you've been on that side. And if you're in real estate, you've been on both sides, which is kind of a unique situation. And so there is this sort of thing that's become a lot of times, I think, in the industry over the years, kind of expected, where if I were to, buy a house, my realtor, I would kind of expect them, as it is, to give me a gift at the end. That's kind of,
a closing gift.
A closing gift.
Yeah.
A closing gift, you close the transaction, it's a gift at the end. As a way to say thank you, show appreciation, show appreciation, right? Welcome home. This is a big, thing that we've been through. I mean, purchasing a home is typically somebody's largest financial investment, and they could have chosen a lot of other people. I mean, most markets have a ton of real estate agents, and so where that might not be the case with other with other professions, in terms of like quantity, and so. For them choosing you. And as a consumer, it's like, hey, wow, thank you so much. And then as the agent, it's a way to show appreciation. And then also, if utilize the way that we do it as a way to brand yourself too. So Cutco I'm losing track. I want to say around 20 years ago or so.
A long time ago.
It's been a while. It could be longer. Who knows? Cutco itself has been around since 1949. And so 20-something years ago, there were a lot of businesses, mainly real estate driven, real estate agents, lenders, home builders, that were starting to take the Cutco gifts and give them to their clients as closing gifts. And it was happening for a couple of reasons that we found out. Was one, they were given a closing gift anyways, like these agents were, or whoever, lenders. And they were used to giving things that, they knew that their homeowners appreciated. And there's a lot of different things out there. So if you've ever given a gift or received a gift on either side, I mean, it could be anything from a plant to painting to a gift card or a bottle of wine or liquor or a dinner night out or a basket of some sort. And the list goes on. I could probably sit here and list 100 different things.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so I'm definitely not here to say that like your clients love or don't love or whatever. That's not even my job.
Sure.
However, what this particular group was looking for was something that was a little bit more like high quality, and then also long lasting. And so, they're thinking, gosh, I'm going and spending $100 on a gift card or whatever, the 50, 100 more, it just kind of depends on the deal, or XYZ gift. and that gift is spent and it's gone immediately. So whatever I, invested into that gift is gone pretty soon.
Sure.
Or if it's like this 10%, that might be like a McCarty, with us being in Mississippi, like a Peter's McCarty or something like that, or what have you, that does get used, where it has what we call staying power. It doesn't get used a ton. It comes out for parties and maybe like, holidays or whatever, which are all great reasons to bring a gift out.
Absolutely.
However, what you get with Cutco is you get something that's getting utilized for those same events and also on a day-to-day thing.
Yeah, it's daily.
So it's like, for those of you who don't know what Cutco is, one, you can go to thenifequeen.com and find out. Shameless plug right there.
No, we plug. We're going to plug it at the end.
We're going to ask you for that too.
Yes. Yeah. If you go to thenifequeen.com, my picture pulls up my phone number and email, so it just kind of makes it a little bit easier. But it is the full Cutco website. But it is an American-made company that focuses on the investment items in your kitchen, meaning a good knife set. And we have various sizes, cookware, really good cookware. It's waterless, not something you can buy in stores. Flatware, your gadgets, some hunting stuff. We also own another company under that umbrella called K-Bar, which is like notorious for like the Rambo knife, like supplying the Marines with a lot of things and contracts with the DOD and all that kind of stuff. But Cutco itself was meant to be like a high quality, mainly knives and other things that's designed for the American family. And so you're getting that quality gift that lasts forever and can be used all the time. It only needs to be sharpened about once every 8 to 12 years. Yeah. And it's free when we do it.
That's the incredible thing. Is how they keep the blade.
My mind.
Yeah, it's nuts.
They figured out the technology on that.
It's the secret sauce. The secret sauce.
Sure.
So.
Well, and I say all the time. I'll throw this out there too. It's not a dull. How do I say this? Because I say it all the time. It's not, the dull knife is the one you got to worry about.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Because you're trying to pry down on it. A sharp knife is the safest knife you can have.
It is. It's a clean cut. It's easy.
Yeah. I butchered that.
But I tell dangerous knives.
Pun intended.
But I tell people all the time, I'm like, you need to sharpen that knife because you're gonna cut yourself. And they're like, what? No. I'm like, yeah, you're gonna cut yourself.
If my husband listens to this, he'll start cracking up because, like, for as long as I've been doing this, there's like this kind of like motto that I think we've had where it's like, we're going to rid the world of dull, dangerous knives.
Dangerous knives.
Because it's true.
Yeah, it's true.
If you do that, you press harder. If you do end up cutting yourself, it's like not a clean cut. So there's the whole thing there.
You got the pressure, you can stick too.
I actually want to share a story about
I saw an eye roll.
A sister-in-law, Sarah's sister-in-law. Well, my sister-in-law too.
Yeah.
By marriage. She was cutting an avocado. With a butter knife. You just take a butter knife and cut it, and she almost cut her finger off.
Oh no.
With a butter knife.
Ooh.
Well,
if that ain't a good example
there you go.
of a dull.
You need to get y'all probably have the avocado, so there you go.
We got something.
Oh,
usually not. We try to use knives for everything.
Yeah. Shout out to Shelby.
So the way
Poor Shelby.
Poor Shelby. So yes, these knives, and the other thing people need to realize too is not just knives. And I guess I didn't really fully understand that until maybe a year or so ago.
Yeah.
Oh wow, they got all kind of
kits. It is. They've branched way out.
And it is everything.
So that stuff is usable every day and long lasting. But realtors always are looking for the
way to brand.
The way to brand. To stay on the cutting edge, so
stay
to speak.
top.
Top of mind. I just did that on my own. But
stay top of mind.
So you can engrave these.
Yeah, so I'll here. I know you wanted to see a pizza cutter.
B. Vanna White here, yes.
Yeah. So I don't know which direction we're cutting. All directions.
There's
okay,
three.
Great. So this is a pizza cutter, and it's kind of hard. I mean, maybe we can zoom in on something, but this is engraved. And so what Tripp was saying is that a lot of those samples I have here are knives. However, Cutco for gifting, by the way, this isn't just for real estate agents and mortgage and home builder. This is like all industries. I mean, I've been blessed to work with a couple of different like Nucor Steel locations, one of them being here. different roofing companies, like Horn Capital insurance companies. I mean, kind of, you name it, paint companies, sort of probably gives these now. And so anyways, it doesn't really matter the industry. It's more about giving a gift that lasts and is like your information, or really the gift is in their hand or at their fingertips like 24/7, because the average person statistically uses a knife about 4 to 5 times a week. And so you're always going back to like the dual dangers thing. We're going to go to the one, just human nature, that works the best because it's the safest, easiest to use, all that kind of stuff. So Cutco, if they had that in their kitchen, it's going to be the one they pull out all the time. And so you can be pretty much guaranteed that they're going to use the gift that you gave them. Even if you don't brand it, which I don't recommend, but if you just remove the branding off of it, the gift itself and the usability, practicality, and long-lasting warranty, everything is almost enough.
Yeah,
but the branding is important.
And tell them, you don't have to go in the prices of the knives because that's obviously on your website, but just tell them the branding is not that much to add to it.
No, it's actually the way that we price things is all inclusive.
Yeah.
So we price things as the gift package, meaning it's the gift, box, engraving, shipping, and bows.
Yeah.
And it's very nominal. It's not like you can put as much or as little as you want. It's a flat fee sort of built in. Yeah.
So if you're thinking about marketing and keeping top of mind, every time somebody pull this thing out, so if Ryan or myself had a closing and we're like, hey, we added a pizza cutter to their closing gift and welcome home, whatever. Every time they're rolling this thing around, they're like Ryan Watson, Trips Rule, Weichert Realtors. And that's a good way, and you may think it's, but like, that's just,
and that's a quality gift. I want to look at this thing.
Yeah, they're not going to throw that away like a mailer.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, and so you're constantly.
Actually, broke a cheap one.
If they have friends over, somebody like, oh, cool, what's on your knife, or what's up? They're like, oh, my realtor.
Ignore the bow color. That's just the. Yeah. I should have grabbed a yellow one. I wouldn't just. So
it's a good conversation piece. They'll tell their friends, oh, my realtor gave me this awesome knife.
Well, and their information is like literally right there, so they don't even have to really say anything.
So the realtor, myself, whoever, you can get a referral. You can probably get a referral.
It pays for it. Sure. I've got a long-time client back in Birmingham that I started working with years before we moved there, and the number one reason she's given them all these years is because of the referral business she gets from them, because people will just like freak out over it, and or not just receiving it as the client, but also going to her and saying like, hey, I'm all on board sending you more referrals. Can you like build me a set of this? And so there's two ways you can look at it from the standpoint of like, every time this client like uses me again, whether it's an investment property here and there, or it's their own personal home, resale home, whatever, we can do that and build a set, but also just referral business, because you always want to appreciate like let me back up. You want to reward people for what they're doing and what you want to see more of, because what you appreciates. It's just like that compounding interest.
What you appreciates.
I did not coin it, so it is not my thing.
Can I look at that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So
I don't know if I've heard that term before. I like it though.
What you appreciates. Well,
and something I want to kind of debunk.
Hey, don't cut yourself with that.
I probably will. One thing I want to kind of debunk too is like, going into this, I was thinking that you had to buy a whole set of knives, or I'm thinking you got to buy a whole set of knives, which can be expensive. Let's just be honest, you know.
With us,
but you don't have to be. Yeah, but you get what you pay for. You get what you pay for too. I'm not going to throw that out. But you can buy one knife.
Yeah, look, that's one of our most popular ones, by the way. Right. Like hands down.
Look, I'm not trying to sell them, but look, I cut tomatoes every week because we're in the South. I love tomato sandwiches, and this would be me too. I'm making one today. I got a fresh tomato on my counter.
We're gonna throw some bacon on
You left the house this morning going, don't you go and eat tomato.
I'm
coming back for you later.
I've been waiting on you to get fully red and ripe and yummy.
That's getting weird.
Yeah, it's getting weird. We went there. I wasn't gonna go there.
Anyway.
So, anyways, but
back to the knife.
My point is that you can just buy your client one knife, and have your information on it. They're a great knife to cut their tomato with.
I think also as you learn, but it's also a trick too. Like if you have a client that loves pizzas and they do pizza oven and pizza cutter, or if you have somebody that likes to bake cakes, or they have spatulas. I mean,
there's so there's baking stuff. There's shears. You know, it's funny that the shears are like you think about using a knife and like how often you use them.
Are popular.
Yes. Because they will cut through sheet metal. These suckers will just cut through anything. So you're talking about bone, packages, whatever.
Yeah.
And so as often as like we use knives in the kitchen, the shears, like mine, probably get pulled out 5 or 6 times a day. Not a week, but a day. And so it's like crazy. So we're taking all this stuff and like engraving branding on it is really the kind of gist of it. And so For real estate agents, typically the format is like a logo, a name, a phone number, some sort of contact information, so that if a business card is lost or somebody loses contacts in their cell phone or what have you, it's so easy. I've heard the crazy stories where somebody has been driving down, like somebody who's been given Cutco from their realtors, like sitting outside doing yard work or something, and somebody was just driving by looking at houses, and they're like, hey, I'm looking at this. Do you know who the person is or whatever? Like, I don't know, but I can give you my realtor's number. Literally run inside their house, grab the knife, come out, and like, here, take a picture.
Take a picture of that.
Wow.
Like I'm
not gonna stab you, but here.
I've had another client tell me that she won, that one of her clients was working with another agent. Was not technically like the whole agreement deal wasn't signed. Y'all know, like the buyer's agreement. I don't know if that's Alabama's big on that. And so, I think that's kind of a new thing. And so this prospective homeowner was working with a different agent, found out that Monica, my client, was giving Cutco, loved Cutco, swapped agents. I mean,
wow,
bonkers things. You would just be like, that's not real.
Yeah.
That's not real.
Yeah.
I heard it from her own mouth, and she's one of my own clients.
Wow.
So it's like,
cool.
I have and she tells that story when we're at events a lot of times.
That's cool.
But I have lots of, I've been doing this since 2013. And so some of my clients have actually given out real estate agents 300 or 400 of these gifts.
Do you have a package that you do, and I want to go on the record for this if you don't, because I need you to create one.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
Let's hear it.
On the record, baby. So do you have a package where you can do like a pretty knife for cutting tomatoes, and a man can use it too.
Yeah.
And then have like, y'all have like a deer skinning knife.
Oh, yeah.
And so you could do a package where you have like a regular knife, can kind of be for mom, and dad can have the buck knife, or whatever, and then make that a little package deal.
Yeah.
And throw that in there. Hey, this is for you. This is for you. Here's your deer cleaning knife. Mom, this is for the kitchen. Not to be sexist,
What
that
you
a
trying
woman's
to say,
supposed
women's
to.
supposed to be in the kitchen?
No, that's most of the time. That's where you find them.
No,
Was that sexist?
No, it's fine.
But anyway.
Oh, well, yeah, that's what you said.
Either one of you asked me to make you a sandwich. That's all I have to say. Nobody better ask me to make a sandwich.
No.
Anyway.
No.
Man, we're going to get some hate.
Oh, my gosh. We didn't mean anything by any of that.
It's all a joke.
It's
I'm
all
not
fun
saying, as a
games.
female, I didn't take any of it
Were you
personally.
offended by any of that?
No.
Okay,
No.
thank you.
Also, I don't
right,
get
so-
offended. I'm not one of those. So I think it's ridiculous.
supposed
But to
We're
answer
supposed
your
to add
question,
that.
yes, she can put together custom packages.
I can put together custom
Yeah, but I
packages.
think that'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay.
It is. Yes, would those two things be in one gift box? No. However, they can be put together. It's all good. So, yeah, we do a lot where it's like somebody want to do husband and wife and knows that he hunts.
Sure.
If you're not sure.
Specific to that client. Whatever.
Yeah. If you're not sure, then it doesn't. The house is always great because I've never been in a house that didn't have a kitchen that didn't have knives.
I've never sold one that hadn't had a kitchen yet.
Yeah.
They don't have a kitchen. That's not a good.
No.
You're probably not going to sell it.
And back to your point about, not really, or thinking that you had to go in and buy like a whole set for your clients, because that can get incredibly expensive unless it's, certain sort of deal. What we found, the average closing gift is somewhere between like 50 and maybe like caps at 200 usually. Just kind of dependent on the situation and all these things. And if you're a real estate agent, you get that. If you're a business owner, you get that as well. Kind of fits your industry. And so we actually like have the pretty much all of our gifts fall in that. You might have a couple that pop out that 250, but the ones that are the most popular are in that range. And the nice thing about the way we do things, just like when you order, koozies or pens or whatever, you get quantity volume discounts, right? So we do the same thing, and you're not having to go and order 100 pens. It could be 10.
Sure.
And or 20 or even, what have you.
I'm not trying to take away from what you're saying at all. I think it's like it's an investment too, because you're buying something that somebody's going to use every day to cut their tomato
think about it.
with.
If you're doing as a realtor, if you're doing all the things that if you're really putting an effort to put forth towards marketing, you're sending out mailers. People look, literally you get the 8 seconds before it goes in the trash. I send out a lot of mailers. I know they're not putting them on the refrigerator and looking at me every day in my company.
About 800
but it's all about I see yellow, it says Weichert and this trip dude. And if they get another one in another quarter, I see you like, oh my God, that's that same guy. One of the I'm gonna say this about Watkins Roofing, and the owner of that company is a friend of mine, and I've talked to him about this, and I know other people that know about his branding, but his I'm not saying this verbatim, but this is how I've heard it, is like, not everybody always needs a roof, but when you do, because if you look around, his company is branded everywhere. Watkins Roofing is on billboards.
I have known Michael and Sally for probably 12 years.
You know, if you want to go get Brandon tips, if you want to go get Brandon, if you want to get Brandon tips, ask that guy, because they have it down pat.
They do.
Yeah. The point of that is, as a realtor, if you're wanting to brand yourself and you're spending money on something that gets thrown away, koozies get lost. It's all great stuff. They're giveaways. You need to have that. Yeah. They have it too.
Yeah.
But you're putting your name on a product where every day they see that pizza go across, they're seeing it like, oh yeah, my realtor gave me this. They're going to remember you for referrals. They're going to remember you for the next time they want to sell their house.
Yes.
They might run out and say, hey, take a picture of this. Here's my realtor right here.
Yeah. And if we're wearing branded shirts, everything that we do and pour into. So why wouldn't you add as a realtor?
It is. And most of you guys are giving gifts anyways. Not every realtor is.
Yeah.
However, I would say the vast majority are. And if you're, like you say, viewing it as an investment, well, an investment isn't temporary. An investment isn't a spent gift card, a bottle of wine, and that's not me knocking those things from what they are.
Sure.
It is. That's not what I'm doing. It's more of a, are you thinking about it in the ways of like a long term and from like a business owner from an investment aspect? Because you could do it as a temporary 1-term, 2-term, or 2-time use, or you can view it in terms of, this is an artifact of this relationship, and I am basically commemorating a moment in time that they're going to have forever. Because Cutco is something that is inherited. I mean, people pass this to their friends and family. Now, if we could all live multiple lives and continue selling real estate, that would be great. But nonetheless, it's to make the point that from where you're at in real estate to whenever you retire, like, they're going to have this gift the entire time.
Yeah.
And so it's a one-time investment, typically the same amount you probably spend anyways, that is going to continue to work for you for the next 10 or 20 years.
Yeah.
And no other gift does that. And so we do some things for
cool
Watkins, but you're right, like their guys are everywhere. I mean, and women, but it's so funny. So
but they pour their money. They
do.
They invest into that marketing.
They do. And Michael and Sally have done a phenomenal job, because my first time meeting them was well over a decade ago, before they had bought it, and just seeing what they've done, and with it is just like phenomenal. But there's clear vision. They work hard, and we all see it. I mean, it's the proof of putting, seeing their stuff everywhere.
Absolutely.
So, but they're Cutco people too, and that's actually how we originally met, and we just now happen to live, a couple streets over from them. But it's so true. And so
shout out to the Deere family.
The Deers, let's go.
Heck yeah.
Also could be pronounced Dyer. JK. We're talking about mispronouncing names earlier. Because Stevenson, Stephenson,
It's Stevenson, people.
It is Stevenson with the PH.
That's awesome.
Well, I think it's a good tool to have in the proverbial tool belt. You know what I mean? I think it is a great gift to give.
It does both. It does. It keeps you top of mind with your clients, and it's also a lasting gift to people that you've now created that relationship. You love them, they love you, and you got them to
a competitive edge to where, because we're always talking to realtors, like, and you get busy, and sometimes you don't keep up with everybody. But then you look up one day and you're like, I sold so-and-so a house, but they just used another realtor, because maybe you did kind of lose touch. This is just another way that, like, maybe you stay there. And I know you have clients that don't just do the one time. They may do hey, I'm going to follow back up for their year anniversary, and I'll send them another set piece or something else. And so that could be another thing. And yes, it costs money, but in real estate, if we want to be honest, and we tell this all the time, it costs money.
Costs to play. It pays to play,
It does.
It costs money to do real estate. Like,
right. And you want to, with
any business that you run, really.
Absolutely.
You're gonna have to spend money to make.
Whether you're doing sponsorships like you were talking about, like with Hartfield or any other school or what have you, like there's different ways of doing it. At the end of the day, you just kind of gotta go, where's my most bang for buck? What makes the most sense? What's the most valuable gain.
Sure.
And we are definitely more of a long-term play. People, I mean, don't get me wrong. Somebody opens a Cutco thing and they're like freaking out about it because it's Cutco. If there is that kind of smaller percentage that doesn't know it, they're going to see the logo when they're look it up, figure out what you've done for them.
Sure.
But it is that investment. There is a book called Giftology. I don't know if y'all have heard of it. If you haven't, you should read it. But it was written by a guy named John Rulin, who was actually the founder of our business gift program. And this is someone who has massive business, has taught on stages for Google and Yahoo, and done all these things, and been on podcasts with Gary, done stuff with Gary Vee and all these things. And so he wrote this book called Giftology, and it's really the playbook for what we do, and it really outlines it. Cool. And it kind of opens your mind to a different way of thinking about gifts and business, in terms of that's kind of where I got this phrase artifact, and he a big phrase he has always used is love bomb. It's that just massive appreciation, it's going to come back to you. Not saying that you go into it going, hey, I'm going to do this because I know, but that's just because then it wouldn't be genuine. But knowing that the more you do, the more it will come back to you. The more you give, the more you receive. And so one thing that he talks about in terms of investment is that every client, as a rule of thumb, take 5% and reinvest in that relationship. And so are we all doing that? I don't know. I guess it depends on what your profits look like and all that. But imagine if everybody did, what that would look like.
Yeah.
That's a great point.
Great point.
I said it first.
Did you say it?
Great point. Oh yeah, nice point too. I mean, we're doing
all these
cutting
edge
things.
I mean, I love it.
Staying on the edge. Great point.
Cutco has I've always.
We got a lot of hashtags for this one.
We do. Let's hashtag it up.
I've always viewed Cutco as one of the best knives in the world.
Yeah.
And that's just from using them. And
well, I can say
I'm not just saying that to help sell them or anything.
I mean, I appreciate the plug, but
you don't have.
I can't.
They
do
sell
what
themselves.
I do. Yes,
they sell themselves.
I couldn't do what I do without Cutco.
Well, I gotta say too. I think I was given the serrated hunting knife with the orange handle, which I think is cool. You can get them in different color handles, but I have the Cutco. I think I don't know if it was original, but I was given this as a gift when I was in college by my mom.
You still got it,
and I still have it. It's in my truck right now, and it's
nice.
still. It's every
cool.
time I skin a deer, I use it.
Yep.
And
awesome.
it's doesn't. I mean, I've had that like that long. Oh, it's sharp. I don't have any issues with it. So that's a testament right there. And we've got several other Cutco knives. I've actually pulled one out the other day. It's oh, this is Cutco.
Yeah.
But and I don't know where we accrued them from. To be honest, I think maybe Tracy had them before. But what I'm saying is the longevity is legit of those knives. You know what I mean? So
you get what you pay for. I say it all the time.
You do. And if you just kind of think about it differently in terms of that, it's instead of this, just the face value of hey, I'm giving this thing.
How much? No, you don't understand. You're going to have this forever. It's going to be an artifact.
They also have a really cool addition. I think this is more newer, like the pocket knife, the hunting knife. So you can give to all your outdoor buddies. Yeah. So everybody walks around with clip on. They're like, boom. They're like, oh, there you are.
I hadn't seen that one yet.
Yeah.
I was actually, I have it in my gift thing in the car, and I was just hunting for it. But I knew we need to get started, but I can show it to you after. It's cool.
Yeah, please do. I'd love to see that.
Cool.
What else we need to know?
Dude, I don't know. That's pretty much it.
We got your story, and she's
got my story, and
not an architect.
Not an architect. I know.
I am a little.
I think that's cool to know.
Wild.
I think that's cool to know.
That's a lot of schooling and a lot of money spent for. I say no reason, but you know what? It did lead me here, and it led me to my husband, it led me to my kids.
I was a police officer for 10 years.
So, you gained discipline from.
She was a teacher.
Yep. Yeah. So
Trip, we don't know what he did.
Yeah, he just kind of came out of nowhere.
Woodworks. Play everything by ear.
Yeah. He said, "I'll do this insurance thing. Let's just
Who knows what I might get into later? Anyway.
All right, so yeah.
You're going to be a lender
Elizabeth.
before we know it.
Like, hey, call Tripp. He does insurance, real estate,
He can
legal.
do it all. All. Sorry, not all.
He's getting his general contractor license too.
He's
gonna
over here
build a house
originating
eventually.
loans.
Finance it for you.
Yeah, that'd be the whole thing. I started a bank somehow. I don't know how that works.
Oh my gosh.
Good Lord.
I mean, you never know.
Talk
You
us.
never know.
I appreciate you guys so much for having
Yeah,
me.
and
here.
Elizabeth, please plug
Yeah.
where people can find you.
Oh, cool.
You
Okay.
can give them your phone number, whatever you want
Yes.
to do.
To the open public.
to any brokers or real estate agents that are listening, y'all listen up right here. She's gonna tell you where to find
Yes. Yeah, thank you. So if you're a real estate agent, if you're a broker, if you're any other industry,
Sure.
and yeah, because I mean, you never know who's going to listen to this.
Yeah.
Or you're, you are none of those, but you are looking for someone else to your house that can do it all.
Absolutely.
But we've really, I love working with companies and businesses and individual salespeople on this because it is something I'm so passionate about. It's something that is like a ton of fun for me, and I just really love it. So, okay. So in terms of where you can find me, so I kind of already plugged the website, and it's thenifequeen.com. Real easy. My phone number is 601-383-7404. It's also on the website along with my email. It's easy, and my picture.
There you go.
And so you can just find me there. We do run seasonal discounts for the business gift stuff or the stuff for your home. I don't know when this is actually going to be published and out, so I don't know.
It should be out next week.
Cool.
Next Tuesday.
Yeah. So
We're behind a little bit sometimes
I think
during the
that's quick.
summertime.
I don't know what the deal is.
Everybody gets very busy, but
Yeah.
should be Tuesday. Should be Tuesday.
Yeah.
We try to hear it.
Well, this is kind of the time of year that we start looking at like holiday gifts and that kind of thing for various reasons, whether you are a real estate agent looking to go back to like some of your past clients or referral sphere or whatever, and doing gifts, or you're another type of business that like typically only does gifts at the holidays. This is kind of when we start doing that because things need approvals and sometimes more people need to be involved in that decision-making process. So reach out to me. We have quantity discounts that we're doing, and we also have Christmas and July stuff going on. That'll go, I guess, through the end of the month. I don't know if that will come out. What?
31st, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So
End of
it'll
the
be
month.
fine. Yeah. Through the 31st, and just
27th,
contact me, and I'll send you the sort of information on that, and then we'll do some Black Friday things. So, anyways, that's kind of all I got.
Any social plugs?
Social media?
Instagram, and it's
Just
I had to check. Okay, so my Instagram is _knife_queen. I had to add in the underscores, but that's my IG. I'm not really anywhere else, so that's it. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
I appreciate it. Y'all
Thank
gotta
you for being here.
like me.
that's
Yeah,
right.
like,
follow,
follow,
and subscribe.
Yeah.
I don't
If you
have
have a
I don't have
YouTube.
YouTube.
Yeah.
I don't do many
Well,
things.
we do.
I know. Subscribe to them. You guys are awesome and always a pleasure. I love coming here. I love seeing y'all, hanging out with y'all.
Thank you.
I love the
Same.
office environment. It's always family when I walk in this building.
Thank
And
you.
We appreciate
it's,
you too.
Yep,
and
thank you.
and you guys are really great at what you do and love your clients. You
Thank
care
you.
enough, more than enough.
Sure.
I think it's cool that y'all have done this podcast.
It's kinda crazy, y'all.
and
Yeah.
it is,
Yeah.
but it's
We're enjoying it.
it's
We're having a
great.
blast.
We get to have,
Yes.
we're trying to build this community, and I think we're doing a decent job of it.
Y'all are
We
doing
got
a
lot
great
of positive
job.
feedback,
Yes,
so it's
absolutely.
We're doing our part.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you never know. Look, anybody takes away something, learns from it, whatever. Like you're, connecting people
Sure.
and
That's right.
information, and we all need that.
Yeah.
So, and I appreciate y'all having me on here and the exposure.
Well, we're
it's
having a
given
blast
me.
doing it. We appreciate you
Cool.
being
Yep.
with us.
Yep.
Thank you.
Get us out.
All right, I'll take us out. So, y'all, thank you so much. And like they were saying, y'all like, subscribe, follow along with all the things we're doing, please. We would love that. Thank y'all for your support and for listening to our show or watching. Thank you, Elizabeth, for being here.
Thank you, Ryan.
Y'all, God bless.